Amber Athey is with us, keeping us company all morning today. Amber, I don't know what to make of some of these stories we've got. First, earlier in the program, we talked about a brand new study that shows that New Jersey is the most livable state in the union. Sorry, and I try to screen these stories for you and let you know which ones sound dubious. And now here's the latest. Apparently, there's a new poll out, and America's favorite vegetable is broccoli. A lot of people are surprised at this. Broccoli had a really bad rep for a long time, Amber.
It's true. Well, I don't want to call out anybody here, but growing up, there were a lot of times at the dinner table where the broccoli was just steamed in a pot, unseasoned, and then put on the dinner table. Yeah. And so I was never a big fan.
Pretty mushy.
Yeah, mushy, pretty tasteless.
Chalky, pasty, gross.
All the verbs.
So when you say you don't want to call anyone out, I mean, somebody was preparing that broccoli, Amber.
That's right. I don't want to sound ungrateful. Look, I'm happy to have food on the table, but I will say that when you learn to...
Boy, we are a long way. You've got 11 months until the next Mother's Day, so clearly you're just... You're paying it off now. My gosh.
Well, I hope that she'll forget about this by then, but it's okay. I mean, you toss it in olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe some garlic powder. Yeah. Roast it, high heat.
High heat, 425, about 20 minutes. Get a nice char on those florets.
You get that nutty taste.
I love broccoli.
It's awesome.
But I'm with you. Now I love broccoli because now I know how to prepare it properly.
Yes, yes.
And there was a time, and God forbid you get the frozen, bird's eye or whatever it is.
Right.
And just jam that in the microwave until it's nuked to death. It's like any vegetable. You barely want to cook it because you want that freshness in the chew on it. I'll even eat Brussels sprouts now. I hated Brussels sprouts before.
I'm a big fan of Brussels sprouts when prepared correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much any vegetable is going to taste better if you roast it in the oven with a little bit of oil as opposed to steaming. Steaming is pretty much the worst way to prepare food.
We've got now, we bought an air fryer. Have you tried an air fryer yet?
I have. I don't have one, but I've used one before, and the results are pretty satisfying.
That's a great way to get a good char on Brussels sprouts or broccoli or other veggies as well. Again, toss them in olive oil, salt and pepper, and then it is. So I'm just thinking that in a household in Frederick, there is a woman who is questioning all of the sacrifices that she has made for you all these years, Amber, that obviously she did something right beyond the mistreatment of broccoli, because here you are, your voice is heard all across the Washington area on the mighty WMAL, and you dare call her out.
And I have already received a text message.
Right.
I knew it was coming, and it sure did come.
Mrs. Athey, I would love to come over and taste your broccoli sometime. I bet it's delightful. It would be wonderful. Good. God bless you. By the way, I can't even think of broccoli. Whenever I hear about broccoli, and this is just because I'm a Gen Xer and I grew up with the best Saturday Night Live cast at all time, and that was Phil Hartman, Dennis Miller, Dana Carvey. Whenever I hear any story about broccoli, I think of Dana. This is for you, Mrs. Athey.
Chopping broccoli.
This is your 80s anthem.
Chopping broccoli.
You were preparing a meal for Amber,
Broccoli.
thinking about what your daughter might do when she grows up. And you're chopping it and cooking it. And little did you know back then that she would throw you under the bus.
A knife in the back.
Eat your broccoli, kids.